What's going on? Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Train G's with G. This video is going to be some extreme breaking news. You see the thumbnail to the left, you got Jeff Bezos. On the right, you got Warren Buffett. Both of them have announced some crazy breaking news. I'm going to start off with Jeff Bezos first. No disrespect to him, he's rich, but Warren Buffett is actually the triple OG compared to him. All right, so starting off with Jeff Bezos, you see it right here on the screen. He's planning to sell up to 4.8 billion in Amazon stock. This is about 25 million shares. They're saying he's going to do it over the course of the next year or so by May 29th. So he's going to gradually be selling these shares. This way is disenclosed. $4.8 billion, that's a lot, man. Shoot. The state of Rhode Island can use that money alone and not even need all that money since such a small state. It's just amazing how rich these people are, man. Let's keep on going down. So Amazon's earnings was just on Thursday. I'm going to go over the chart work on that in a bit. So, yeah, he stepped down as CEO back in 2021, but remains Amazon's top shareholder and is selling the shares as part of a trading plan adopted on March 4th. The filing states the stake will be worth about 4.8 billion. I gotta keep saying that, man. These scumbag rich people are so selfish. All these people, you just gotta think. Like Amazon reported like earlier this year that they're gonna let go of over 14,000 managers. And then a whole bunch of workers been picketing the last several years, this decade. They're like slaves, not really getting paid what they deserved. They've laid off many people in the past. I don't think they really officially laid off anybody as of this year as far as the big reports. But yeah, anyways, let's get on down to it. So this isn't the first time that he's dumped off a bunch of shares. Right here it says Bezos previously offloaded about 13.5 billion worth of Amazon shares last year, making it his first sale of company stock since 2021. So, the rich get richer, and this is why, man. He founded the company, so he deserves the money. I'm just saying that when you got a bunch of workers that are getting fired and you can very well afford to pay off those people, you got a bunch of mansions on YouTube that are worth $50 and $100 million. I just can't really take this dude serious, man. But the history of the stock splits with Amazon, he did his first one in 98. I believe that's when it went public around 97, 98, and then 99 twice. And then he did a major 20-for-1 stock split. So if you add up all the numbers, 20 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2, that's a 27 overall X on the current stock price, which is 189.98. Let me get my calculator real quick. So 189.98 times 27. So the real stock price of Amazon is about $5,100 total. So if you have hung around since then, congratulations to all the long-term Amazon holders. Stingy bastard does not give out any dividends. He does not give out dividends to any of his shareholders. Has never paid dividends and has no current plans to do so. But you can fire 14,000 people and you're going to sell all your shares to keep to yourself and your homies. You know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing good to say about this dude. You can learn from him, as far as starting a business from the garage, start from the ground up. I ain't knocking that, but it's a scumbag, man. It's a piece of crap. But anyways, let's get back to this. I'm going to show y'all the chart, this daily chart. So their earnings is hit on Thursday, and they apparently hit their estimated 155.1 billion, ended up being 155.6, so that's the X 518 million that they did not expect. And as for the earnings per share, they're expecting $1.36 per share EPS, and it came out to $1.59. So, despite all the woes with the tariffs, they seem to be doing fine. But ever since February, the stock has been a downtrend, and it just came out this wedge. If you were watching my video yesterday on Google, this is the same similar type of downtrend, and it just peaked out. It looks like it's kind of consolidating sideways as you have a red doji and like a red type of hammer. So we just have to wait and see what happens. And when he sells these shares, you better believe that it's going to take impact in a negative way. People are controlled by fear. These billionaires know what they're doing. And let's just be careful trading and investing in stock. So it went public in 97. Here you go, at around 6 cents a share. Well, times 27. So, still cheap, still fairly cheap. And now we're at $189.98 as time of recording. So, all right, that's half of the video. The other half is about Warren Buffett, and this is even bigger breaking news. So, if any of y'all watch basketball, a good analogy for Warren Buffett would be like he's the Red Auerbach, he's the Phil Jackson, the Greg Popovich of stocks. 90-something years old, homie's been doing this for decades. He is a baby boomer, I believe, an old one. Nah, sorry, more like he's a silent generation. He's in his 90s. But yeah, word on the street, well, we can't even say word, it's a fact. He announced just yesterday, Saturday, on the 3rd of May, today's the 4th, that he's going to be stepping down as the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. And he's going to have a man named Greg Abel replace him as the new CEO. He has been shadowing him since 2021. For those of y'all that don't know, Berkshire Hathaway is a company that buys plenty of other companies and strongly invests into them. I'm going to show you like a quick list of some of the companies that Berkshire Hathaway owns. He did not find this company. This company's been around, I believe, since the 1800s. He was a CEO since 1970. So he was he's been the CEO for over 50 years. So at around 40 years old, he became the CEO, and he was purchasing shares long before this happened, before he was made the CEO. So yeah, here's a list of some of the companies right here. I don't really recognize them, but this is what Berkshire Hathaway invests in. You see Dairy Queen, Duracell, the battery company, Geico, the insurance company, this diamond company right here with jewelry. And then I'm going to scroll on down to some of the more popular, like Fortune 500 companies that he invests in. So as I said in the beginning, he has shares of Amazon. He's one of the biggest shareholders of the company. American Express, Apple, Bank of America. I believe he sold all his Wells Fargo stock during COVID. You just see a lot more. Citigroup, another bank, Domino's, Kroger, Kraft Heinz. But don't sleep that he owns a ton of Coca-Cola stock. That's really his bread and butter is Coca-Cola. If you look at the announcement, the speech that he gave, he had like 2 cans of Coca-Cola soda there. So he's just teaching us how to, drink a whole bunch of toxic soda that's going to poison and kill us little by little. For all we know, he's drinking the good European version of the soda with a lot of poisonous ingredients. But this is what these rich bastards do. So as we can see, this company is just on a whole nother level. I'm gonna show the chart real quick on Berkshire, and I didn't show the Google charts between classes A and C yesterday. They're identical. Go check out that video if you missed that. The same thing with Berkshire Hathaway. They have 2 classes, A and B. Let me get to the daily chart. A is for the rich people. It's a public traded stock. This is Bitcoin's future. It's worth $809,350,000. 809 million. $809,350. This is Bitcoin's future. This is Bitcoin's future. I've never heard this man say that he purchased any crypto, or I don't think he believes in it. But this version of Berkshire Hathaway stock went public around 1979 as low as $235. This is why I be telling people you got to look into crypto. This is Bitcoin's future. This is Ethereum's future. This is XRP's future. And with that being said, let me say my disclaimer. Listen to the dreadhead trader with a grain of black salt. Do your own due diligence. Be your own DD. Be your own designated driver. Do not trust anything I say 100%. Know that I have your best interest, and I always keep it 100. So, back to the video. This has always been the upward trend, as you can see. It dips down like anything else, but I don't know. I'll say sometime next year, maybe 2027, if that, this is going to be $1 million stock. And their earnings also came out Friday. They hit. I'm going to show you the realistic, every average person version of the stock. This is Class B. This is the more affordable one. Just like Amazon, they do not give dividends to any of their shareholders and has no plan to do so. This is what these greedy, crinkly old people do with their money. They expect us to invest in these companies at an all-time high. But I'll give Warren Buffett his credit. He do give out a lot of game and advice. He tells people to buy low, sell high. When people are in fear, that's the time to get greedy. When people are greedy, you do not want to buy. So he gives you basic fundamental quotes and advice on how to invest. That's his thing. And if y'all check out my GameStop videos, I believe Ryan Cohen, the CEO of that company, he's going to make GameStop sort of like this, because they got $5 billion or $6 billion cash on hand. They should be doing Bitcoin investments. It has been official, but the rumors have been surfacing. So this company is major. Both Amazon and Berkshire Hathaway are top 10 companies in the United States. They're just worth billions and billions of dollars. So this is gonna be a major move. Who knows how the company will be ran, as him not being a CEO. He's been doing it for over 50 years. So it's absolute mind-boggling. I recommend people to read Warren Buffett's book. He has many, but one that I recommend is called The Snowball. It wasn't really my taste, but if you want to know the man personally, get to know his life, I recommend that's a great read. And on this chart right here, like I said, you can't do trade options with the high end one. It's not happening. You're going to do trade options with the low end one. I would say if you invest in this company, you kind of missed your chance to buy a good dip. When these tariffs started last month in April, it was at around $4.60 a share, which is still pretty expensive. But like I said, investing is all about buying little by little, weekly, monthly. It's not about getting rich overnight. And Warren Buffett preaches that. And we should be studying him a lot more. But he's old, he's boring, his voice is very cracked. Nobody really cares to hear what he's got to say. In my generation, I'm a millennial, and the Gen Zs, they don't really care about, hearing an old, crinkly white man make money. But I'm telling you, this guy, he did a lot for Wall Street. From what I know, he hasn't been involved in no scandals or anything. I'm not going to say his hands are clean, but yeah, shout out to Warren Buffett, the triple OG. Let's hope he makes to 100 years. Jeff Bezos could be heading to that Warren Buffett type of resume. I believe he has more money than him on paper, but as far as the stocks, like we all know, that Warren Buffett purchases everything. So shout out to both of those billionaires. With that being said, this your boy, Train G's with G. Until next time, I'm out.